recently filed court documents reveal new information on what led to the shooting of Quadrin Wilson and how it ties to the murder of Anissa Scott.
Also, new details about the suspect in a deadly shooting in Madison last month, including how he and the victim knew each other.
And a record-setting budget surplus giving state lawmakers plenty to work with, what one Democrat says she wants to prioritize. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Right now, we are only seeing a little bit of snow on the ground, but that could all change in the next 48 hours.
An alert day has been declared for tomorrow night and Friday with a wintry mix and multiple inches of snow in the forecast. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti for the latest. Gary?
Well, right now, things are pretty quiet out here. Last night we had fog. We might see some fog tonight, but the bigger concern will be the snow that will be coming for the day on Friday. Now, this is the time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam. Lots of fog early this morning, but gradually with time it lifted, and we just saw mostly cloudy skies during the day. We just could not break into the sunshine here at all. And as we take a look at Doppler track, there have been some light snow showers up in the northern part of the state, but southern Wisconsin, precipitation free. We are seeing a little bit of fog tonight, mainly over southeastern Wisconsin. Visibility down to 2.5 miles in Juneau and Dodge County, but here in Madison, visibility is at 10 miles. Just a slight lowering of visibilities down toward the Wisconsin River. Temperatures right now right around freezing. Colder to the north and west. Temperatures in the 20s toward La Crosse, whereas in the southeastern part of the state, seeing temperatures close to 40. Here in Madison, we're kind of in between. 32 Madison, 33 in Middleton, 31 degrees in Oregon. Look for skies to be mostly cloudy this evening. It'll be seasonably cold. Temperatures dropping to about 26 degrees by late evening. And again, there could be some patchy fog, but we do have that alert day in the forecast for Thursday night into Friday. This is for about 1 to 4 inches of snow. Could even be mixed a little bit of sleet Thursday evening, but eventually changing over to snow by Friday morning. I'll have more on the timing of this in just a few minutes.
Ties to Anissa Scott's murder is just one of several startling allegations released in new court records about Quadrin Wilson today.
But the court records are for a different case. The DCI agent accused of shooting Wilson earlier this year. Taken together, Tahlil Mohdin shows us how the agent's defense team is trying to build up a case of why Wilson was so dangerous. Tahlil?
That's right. Court records filed as a part of this ongoing case against the DCI agent unveil a complex web of drug trafficking investigations leading up to the shooting.
The entire progression of events that led up to this are astonishing to me.
That's Steve Eisenberg, Quadrin Wilson's attorney, on For the Record 2 months ago, explaining why he believed the operation that led to this, Quadrin Wilson's shooting, shouldn't have happened.
And this was a cowboy operation.
He asked the question many times on our airwaves. Why this huge operation? Today, court records may have some answers. Beginning in early 2020, DCI agents were investigating an unnamed large-scale cocaine trafficker in Dane County. With the help of the DA's office, investigators got wiretaps and identified Wilson as one of several regular buyers and distributors of the drug.
I just want everyone to remember her greatness.
Court records also revealed ties to Anissa Scott, the 11-year-old shot and killed in 2020. Police believe Quadrin Wilson was there when she was killed. All this begs the question, is the DA's involvement with Wilson before the shooting enough for a recusal?
There's not one citation to law or any ethical code within the entire motion.
While Wagner's defense team believes the DA's past involvement with the investigation means a conflict of interest, UW law professor Ian Main disagrees.
Here, if anything, there's an alignment. There's an alignment between the office and the defendant, not the victim, but the defendant.
If the DA being involved in investigations is a conflict of interest, they'd have to recuse themselves from cases daily. Here, there may be something else happening.
What that means to me is the defense is thinking, my God, if another prosecutor who had charging control in this case review this complaint, we have a chance of getting this dismissed.
In addition to their push to have Ozane and his office removed from the case, Wagner's defense team is also asking the court to dismiss the state's case altogether. The judge has yet to make a decision.
The suspect in a deadly shooting last month in downtown Madison is the stepbrother of the victim. Court records show Edward Smith was charged with 1 count of first-degree intentional homicide. He was arrested Monday, and today his cash bond was set at $1 million. Smith is accused of shooting Chanterie Riley on November 22nd. Riley was found with gunshot wounds in the area of Lakeside Street and John Nolan Drive. He was taken to a local hospital where he later died. Before the shooting, a witness says Riley allegedly punched punched Smith in the face and yelled at him. As a condition of his bond, Smith is not allowed to possess any type of dangerous weapon, and he is not allowed to leave Dane County without court approval.
Madison police say a Kia was stolen Monday along Schrader Road near Struck Street on the west side. Police say a man loaned the car to a roommate who returned the vehicle Monday night. When the man went to drive the car on Tuesday, it was gone. Officers found broken glass around where the car had been parked. Again, 6700 block of Schrader Road. An investigation is ongoing.
3 people are facing charges for allegedly dumping nearly 3 million gallons of manure into Lake Michigan tributaries. A Kewanee farmer, agronomist, and hauler are charged with felony counts of conspiracy and fraud. According to a criminal complaint, the farmer accumulated too much manure on his farm and hired a hauler to spread it in order to avoid a permit violation. Well, that person gave the farmer a false report saying he had spread much less. DNR investigators found records indicating all 3 defendants were aware of the fabricated record.
Verona's new police chief is looking for more patrol officers for the rapidly growing city. Dave Dresser began working for the Verona Police Department in 1993 as an officer, eventually becoming lieutenant in 2008 when Chief Bernie Coughlin retired in the fall after serving in the position for more than 19 years. Dresser was placed at the helm on an interim basis. Now he's officially been sworn in as Verona's new police chief.
Right now, our challenge is getting back up to permitted staffing levels because we just have the vacancies that we need to fill. But beyond that, recruiting for new officers.
Well, other than recruiting, the other problem the department is having right now is redistributing the load of missing positions. There are currently 3 positions in their command structure that remain vacant. When lawmakers return to the Capitol next year to start work on the state budget, they'll have a lot more to work with.
Wisconsin is projected to have a record-setting budget surplus of more than $6 billion. And how are politicians planning to spend those funds? Political reporter Will Keneally is at the Capitol tonight with more.
So, Charlotte, it's a little bit of a give and take. The governor on one side gets to set the agenda, creating a draft of the budget. Then the Republican legislature gets to go in and make any changes that they want to the budget. It goes, of course, back to the governor who can veto any of those Republican changes. And so with both sides of the aisle really having a big hand in this budget writing process, we're sitting down with some of the stakeholders to see what their priorities are going forward. And we started our sit-downs here with Democratic Senator from Madison, Kelda Roys.
And it's our job to make sure that the people know what has been done in their name.
And this will be the first year Madison's State Senator Kelda Roys takes on that job on the state's powerful budget writing committee. She joins Democrats on the committee who are in the minority. She says part of her job will be to hold Republicans accountable.
There are a lot of things that if you actually talk to voters, they broadly agree on. That's, things like making sure local governments have funding. And that's been one of the big campaign pushes for Democrats. With state coffers full, send some of that money back to municipalities. This is something where you've got, Republican town chairmen and Democratic county executives saying that they cannot perform the essential services of local government. And she says that affects even larger cities like Madison. The Inflation Reduction Act and some of the coronavirus relief bills, and that has helped to fill the gap in some of these really critical services, but that money is not going to last forever. So she wants to see more money given to cities, something called shared revenue. And right now on the Senate side of that joint committee, the 2 Democrats are from Madison and Milwaukee. Roys sees a benefit to that. When Robin Vos said, well, if you just take Madison and Milwaukee out of the equation, then Wisconsin would be a red state. But I'm just as much a Wisconsinite as Robin Vos is. I'll put my cheese tasting ability up to his any day. So that's on the Democratic side. On the Republican side, they see that record-setting budget surplus as just evidence that the state has taken too much taxes from its residents, and they want to see that money go back to the taxpayers. We'll be looking to sit down with Republican leaders in the next few weeks ahead of the next budget cycle here to see what their priorities are. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Coming up, a new program designed to help veterans facing housing insecurity is now looking for applications.
Plus, first responders in northeastern Wisconsin rushing to a dog's rescue after it broke through an icy river.
Hy-Vee Red Hot deals are super hot this Monday through Thursday. Lay's kettle cooked or rolled gold, 2 for only $5. Avocados, only 59 cents each. And Hy-Vee pasta, only 77 cents. Scan the code, get deals, only at Hy-Vee.
Go farther with personal checking choices. At Starion Bank, you make the decisions. your money, your style. Apply online in just 4 minutes at starionbank.com.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Whether you're looking for all the advanced features or something with a lower upfront cost, with Rheem heating equipment, you can stay comfortable even in the most uncomfortable situations.
Oh, come on! Yes, let's go!
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today, serving Dane County for over 45 years.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Go farther with personal checking choices at Starion Bank. Like Smart Checking, it's free when you choose e-statements. Your money, your style. Apply online in just 4 minutes at starionbank.com.
Hy-Vee Red Hot deals are super hot this Monday through Thursday. 8-ounce pork chops, 4 for only $5. Little Debbie snacks or Sunbelt Bakery granola bars, only $2.88. And a 12-pack of ramen noodles, only $2.49. Only at Hy-Vee.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Today marks the 81st anniversary of Japan's attack on the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor. In honor of Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, Governor Evers ordered flags to be flown at half-staff. Of the more than 2,000 Americans killed in the attack, 54 of them were from Wisconsin. Shortly thereafter the attack, Congress passed a declaration of war against Japan, marking the official beginning of America's role in World War II. A program looking to assist Wisconsin veterans facing housing insecurity and homelessness is now taking applications. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program is accepting applications for those who have a gross income at or below 80% of their county's median income. Applications and more information can be found on the website on your screen or by calling the phone number also there on your screen.
The Madison Common Council voting unanimously to approve a significant redesign of the Metro transit system. Those changes will set the groundwork for the city to introduce bus rapid transit in 2024. That means more frequent service, but fewer routes. On Monday, the council also passed a transportation demand management ordinance. City officials say it'll lead to safer roads, reduced traffic, and fewer emissions. A dog recovering after first responders in Peshtigo saved him during an ice rescue. Calvin, the Australian Shepherd, fell through the ice on the Peshtigo River early Monday, ending up over 200 feet from shore in freezing waters. Rescuers used an inflatable rescue boat capable of gliding over the ice to help.
One of their captains from the town of Peshtigo, Derek Manette, and a lieutenant from our department, Dave Swatnicki, jumped on board, grabbed some paddles, and started breaking ice and going out to the dog.
Calvin was in the freezing water for 37 minutes. First responders wrapped him in a warm blanket before his owners rushed him to the vet. He's now resting in the comfort of his own home. After the break, Forward Madison kicking off the new season with several new signings.
Plus, treating a drug overdose at the press of a button. The new way the Rock County Sheriff's Office is looking to combat the fentanyl crisis.
And an alert day has been declared for tomorrow night. Gary's back to break down what we can expect.
Our biggest sale of the year is held over, so there's still time to get Black Friday deals during our huge Thanksgiving sale, held over at Slumberland Furniture. Incredible prices, plus get 30% off on top of that store-wide at Slumberland.
After a lifetime in the jewelry business, Pete Denny is retiring, and Denny's Jewelers retirement sale is in progress. Save up to 60% off store-wide. All must go. All bridal jewelry, all colored stone rings, all silver jewelry, all pearls, all diamond bracelets, and pendants. Absolutely every finished piece is up to 60% off. Pete Denny and family are saying thank you, Middleton, for 40 years of support. Join us for our retirement celebration. Pete Denny is retiring, and Denny's Jewelry retirement sale is in progress. Save up to 60% off. All must go. 1903 Cayuga Street, Middleton.
Sometimes a cough isn't just a cough, so it's better to be prepared. Keeping Binax Now handy makes it easy to test, and self-test kits may be reimbursable with no copay through your health plan. With Binax Now, you'll have reliable results in 15 minutes with the self-test that features the same technology doctors use and detects multiple variants, including Omicron BA.5. So you can always be prepared with Binax Now, the #1 COVID-19 self-test in the U.S.
The original immersive Van Gogh exhibit is now open at Lighthouse Art Space, Madison. Get lost in the sights and sounds of this completely spectacular, vivid, and breathtaking immersive art experience that ABC calls absolutely stunning. The New York Times raves that the original immersive Van Gogh exhibit is a must-see, lavish artistic festival. Tickets available now at vangoghmadison.com.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up. This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer on select Ford vehicles. Choose a vehicle in stock or simply place a custom order. Lock in your rate and you're protected, even if rates go up before your order comes in. So much. And that's how Ford is helping you. I'm proud of you, kid. Shine bright. This season, choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% financing for 66 months at your local Ford dealer. And shine bright.
Looking at mattresses?
Buying a mattress can be uncomfortable. That's why Slumberland has modernized the process. Right now, get 30% off select mattresses, like this Sealy Posturepedic mattress for $5.99. Slumberland, mattress shopping reinvented.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
This year, nearly 80% of overdose deaths involved fentanyl, and that makes any way to stop the deadly drug important to access.
The Rock County Sheriff's Office is launching a new way to make the emergency treatment for an overdose easy to find and use. Our Catherine Merck spoke to the sheriff about the impact he believes this resource will have for the county.
In drug overdoses, Narcan can save lives. That's why it's the goal of the Rock County Sheriff's Office to make it as easy to access as it is to press a few buttons. This Narcan vending machine is in the lobby of the Rock County Sheriff's Office. It's right here where people can watch a training video on recognizing the signs of an overdose and learn how to administer the life-saving medication. The units of Narcan come from grant funding with no cost to the public to get it at the machine. The sheriff tells me having access to Narcan is extremely important to be able to help families from losing loved ones to fentanyl overdoses.
And you feel for the horrific trauma that they're dealing with in losing a loved one in this type of manner. So if we can provide them with some sort of a tool to help them protect their loved ones as they deal with the difficulties of addiction, it just seemed like a program that made good sense for us.
The sheriff says it's his goal to make these types of vending machines more available in the county and the rest of the state in the future. Reporting in Janesville, I'm Catherine Merck for News 3 Now.
We could be in for a bit of snow tomorrow night. Here's Gary with the complete forecast.
Yeah, we do have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow night and Friday for the potential for some accumulating snow. Now, it looks like most of the accumulating snow will be from later Thursday night through Friday morning, then tapering down Friday afternoon. And when the precipitation starts, it could even be mixed in with a little bit of sleet on Thursday evening, but amounts will probably be in the 1 to 2 inch range. And you can see on Future Track, beginning at 6 p.m. on Thursday, the precipitation coming in from the south and west. Now, notice the northern edge of it, there might be a little bit of a mix of precipitation. By 10 p.m., moving into southwestern Wisconsin. By 2 a.m., areas south of Madison should be seeing it. Areas north of Madison may have to wait a little bit longer to see the precipitation because the dry easterly wind flow will kind of cut back at the precipitation. But eventually, you can see it expanding over much of southern Wisconsin. By 6 a.m., all in the form of snow across the southern part of the state. By noon, still snowing in Madison, but starting to break up out to the west. And by 6 p.m., the snow is pretty well gone, or at least tapered down to flurries. The snowfall amounts right now, we're thinking about 1 to 3 inches most areas, but there might be a narrow band of anywhere from about 3 to 4, maybe 5 inches of snow north and west of Madison into parts of northern Iowa. This lines up pretty well with where a winter weather advisory has already been issued for areas west of a Platteville to Lone Rock line. That starts at 6 p.m. on Thursday and runs until noon on Friday. High temperature trend, you can see once the snow ends, we'll actually see highs back in the 40s for a few days early next week, so that may melt some of the snow. We could see a little more snow as we head into next week. Right now, it looks like that weather system, this is more now Wednesday into Thursday as it keeps getting pushed back. So we'll see mainly rain on Tuesday, even Tuesday night before it changes over to snow on Wednesday. But by that time, the bulk of the heavier snow will be to our north and to our west. The other computer model just in the process of updating, but it was showing nearly the same thing. Basically around an inch or less of snow, and this would be from Wednesday into Thursday of next week. Plenty of snow cover to our north and west. If we can get the winds out of the northwest, that will cool us down. But you can see the jet stream right about over us, dividing much warmer air to the south to colder air to the north. And eventually some of that cold air will start heading in our direction toward the end of next week after these weather systems pass. Winter weather advisory, this is from 6 p.m. tomorrow evening until noon on Friday for Vernon, Richland, and Grant counties. Planning your night, look for a low temperature of 24 in Waunakee, 25 in Sun Prairie, and 26 in Fitchburg with cloudy skies and maybe a little patchy fog. Low 27 in Janesville, but to the north and west it'll be colder. 17 in Camp Douglas, 19 in La Crosse, and 21 for the Lone Prairie du Chien. Tomorrow, variably cloudy, should be dry during the day with a high temperature of 39. And on future track, that dry trend may continue into early tomorrow evening, but notice the temperatures right around freezing. Here comes the precipitation. There could be a little sleet mixed in, but temperatures will be critical as to when that changeover to all snow occurs, and even then temperatures might be a little bit of freezing, so that could limit the snowfall amounts. By noon, the snow breaking up west of Madison, and then it pulls off to the east by 6 p.m. Snowfall amounts 1 to 3 inches, maybe some localized 4-inch amounts toward the Wisconsin River. 7 to 10 day forecast, we're back up into the 40s early next week, maybe some rain or snow showers Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. Rain Tuesday, changes the snow showers Wednesday, ends the snow showers Thursday or Friday, and then cold weather at the end of next week.
Forward Madison kicked off the first official day of their new season with a bang, announcing several signings. Last year, Forward had a tough season, finishing 9th out of 11 teams in USL League One with 33 points. This year, they're hoping to build upon the last campaign by re-signing players like defender Mitchell Osmond. He returns to the club after starting 27 of Forward's 30 games last season. The attempt to shore up the back line continued with signing Jacob Kroll, who appeared in every single league game last season.
Kind of building out that back line and making sure that we're not giving up goals next year and really starting from the back. And we have throughout the day more signings to announce in the midfield and as well as the attack. And so we're really, really excited for the roster.
Tickets are on sale right now for next season, but only for season tickets and ticket 6-packs. Next season starts in March.
And coming up in sports, it's round 3 between Wisconsin and Penn State. While Kelly Sheffield says their Sweet 16 matchup will be a, quote, Jim Dandy. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at LensCrafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care. A framework for living well. Windows to take in the beautiful future. And it's crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living. Built with the help of angels.
Find your style with Patriot Lighting at Menards. Shop our huge selection and add personality to match your decor. Patriot Lighting carries unique lighting fixtures for both inside and out. Visit Menards and check out our massive lighting showroom today and choose from over 1,000 different fixtures to light up every area in your house. Save big money with Patriot Lighting at Menards. Plus, get a Menards gift card, the perfect gift this season.
Season's greetings to you all from Menards. Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
With Dad's arthritis, he struggles with housework and bathing, so I called a Grace. Yes, a Grace. With their age-at-home service, Dad gets the help he needs to stay independent at home.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at Lens Crafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
The Madison Reading Project is on a mission and time is running out.
Tomorrow, Josh shows how you can join their final push to bring free books to kids in the 608.
Will we see another round of fog? And what about that snow coming Friday morning? Tune in tomorrow from 4:30 to 7.
Two times this season, Wisconsin volleyball faced Penn State, and 2 times Kelly Sheffield's squad walked away with the win. The first at the Fieldhouse was easy. The Badgers brought out the brooms and swept the Nittany Lions. Then a couple weeks ago, they had to grind out a win in 5 sets. But the stakes are a little higher for the third meeting between the two. Winner advances to the regional final, and Kelly Sheffield knows this one's going to be another fight.
We've come out ahead both times we've played, but it almost could be a coin flip of how it's gone. You know, it's 2 teams that play really, really, really hard, that has some big-time athletes on each side, teams that just refuse to let the ball hit the floor. It should be a Jim Dandy.
Round 3 between Wisconsin and Penn State will start around 5 o'clock tomorrow night. If they win, they'll face Florida-Pittsburgh winner on Saturday with a spot in the Final Four on the line. Luke Fickell's coaching staff is starting to fill up. The Athletics' Bruce Feldman's reporting that Phil Longo will be Wisconsin's next offensive coordinator. Longo served as North Carolina's OC, and the Tar Heels moved the ball at will, averaging 35 points last season. UNC's O-line coach, Jack Bicknell Jr., is expected to follow Longo to Madison. The AP released its all-conference teams, and a pair of Badgers found themselves on the first team. Nick Herbig, who was a unanimous selection, and John Torchio, Braylon Allen, and Keanu Benton were named to the second team. The Badger men's hockey team is playing their best hockey of the season right now, and it comes at a perfect time with a huge series looming. Wisconsin's coming off a stretch where they've won 5 of their last 6 games, and now it's rivalry week. UW renews the border battle with Minnesota this weekend in Minneapolis and looks to snap a 3-game losing streak to the Gophers. And when it comes to the series, well, Tony Granato doesn't have to say much about its history.
I remember, going in there and what it's like playing in Minnesota, just the rivalry. You got lots of players on the other team that are high-profile players. You want to perform individually to show that you can compete with those guys, but more important, your university and their university, whether it's football, basketball, hockey, or any other sport, it means something special to our community and to our school, and they know that.
Minnesota's ranked number 2 in the country, so it's going to be tough.
Always tough. Zach, thanks. Gary, final check of the forecast.
A little bit of fog right now, mainly east of Madison. Still 2.5-mile visibility in Juneau, but for the most part, the fog's pretty light. There will be some patchy fog overnight, and you see those temperatures right around freezing. Madison at 32, Janesville 36, but 20s north and west of the Wisconsin River.
And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.